I have no idea what this channel is. It's just called Animalogic. But it's a video about the beaver. So, the giant pond rat. Interesting terminology for a beaver. So, let's take a look.
A master engineer that can build giant megastructures that benefit its ecosystem. A destructive agent of chaos that can wreck acres of farmland.
How's the volume, Jack? Can you hear it?
A fluffy fur machine that's the prime material for fancy hats. This giant North American rodent has battled public perceptions for centuries. But today, we're setting the record straight.
I'll up it, train up it a little more.
This is the symbol of Canada, the North American beaver.
It is. Yeah, she's right. The beaver is the symbol of Canada. It is. Say what you will about it. It's, say what you will, but yes, the beaver is basically like our national animal. No, it is not the moose. It is the moose is sort of like the moose is sort of thought of as like more of like a provincial animal for provinces like Newfoundland, and maybe some other East Coast provinces, but the beaver is the national animal. It's kind of like, okay, basically the beaver is to Canada what the bald eagle is to America. Think of it that way.
Hi, I'm Danielle Dufault, and you're watching Animalogic. Beavers are one of the most recognizable animals in the world, and today we're in Algonquin Park looking for some.
Canito.
Their engineering prowess is legendary. Their flat, scaly textured tail is unique among rodents, and their effects on their environment are only surpassed by humans.
There are two species in the world.
Like, she may get into this, but beavers can change entire waterway systems with their dams. And this is like an instinctual part of it. Like, beavers are literally just hardwired to build dams, and they will change the course of entire rivers and tributaries. Like waterways have been completely rerouted due to a beaver dam. It's absolutely insane. OSHA wishes. OSHA and civil engineers wish they could be as good as a beaver when it comes to structural engineering.
But for today's episode,
we're
basically
going to focus
on my neighbors, the North American beaver, Castor canadensis.
These guys are found throughout most of North America, from northern Canada to the southern United States.
Beavers are the largest rodents in North America, and second largest in the world after capybaras.
Most adult beavers weigh between 20 and 30 kilograms, with some exceptionally chunky lads reaching the 40-kilo mark.
I had no idea they were that heavy.
They are still quite vulnerable to predators, and so they have evolved some pretty clever adaptations. Their eyes and ears sit almost on the top of their heads, allowing them to just stick the tops of their heads out of the water.
He's so cute, though.
The risk of being spotted by a predator. While they're
they absolutely get chalky.
On land, in the water,
just look at them.
Beavers are speed demons, reaching up to 5.5 knots when swimming. That's a bit faster than Michael Phelps's top speed. From an over...
These things can swim faster than Michael fucking Phelps. Holy shit! And it's 100%, and it's not only because of the tail, like we saw, they actually have webbed hands. These things are, they're land animals, but goddamn if they are built for the water. Oh shit!
Oversized pond rat. Paired with their oversized lungs, which allow them to hold their breath for up to 15 minutes. At the slightest sign of danger, the beaver can nope right out of there. Equipped with a nictitating membrane, which allows them to open their eyes underwater, as well as hypersensitive whiskers, finding their way through the dark and mucky waters where they live is easy. Surprisingly, their nautical speed doesn't come only from their massive flat tails. They also use their powerful webbed hind feet. When they do spot a predator, before diving, the beaver will slap the water with their massive tail.
Damn! And I'm guessing they probably have a very thick and oily coat too to protect them.
Other beavers to hide in the depths, as well as a way to spook the predator.
Oh yeah.
Yet while their speed allows them to escape most predators, beavers prefer not to be spotted at all, which has led to their most audacious adaptation. They create ecosystems. Other than humans, beavers are the animal that modify their environment the most. They make dens, dams, and canals to improve their living conditions and survival rates.
Their most important feat is damming rivers.
Yeah.
To do this, they cut down trees and move hundreds of kilos of wood, rocks, mud, and grass to block the path of a river. This creates ponds, which are safer for beavers than shallow rivers, allowing them to dive to greater depths.
Look at this overhead shot. I'm guessing this used to be a river?
Allowing them to dive to greater depths. The dams are usually about 1 meter wide and can be up to 500 meters long.
Oh yeah, now it's a pond.
Most of a beaver's
Look at that. You can see where it fed in. You could actually no, sorry, that might have been the exit. I bet it fed in up here, and then the beavers dammed it, and this is where it used to feed. This used to be the where it fed the river fed out from. So we can look at that dam. Look at how big that is. That is incredible, and they've got to have one probably up here as well.
Predators are terrestrial. Cougars, wolves, and bears are their main threats, so ponds like these provide safe refuge.
Other predators include eagles, lynx, and bobcats, but they mostly
Good night,
babies.
MJ. Have a great night.
Who would eat a cute little beaver baby like this?
Probably anything.
In a natural pond or a big enough river, they won't make a dam, as they already have the protection of deep water. But when they need it, they'll go to extreme lengths to make it happen. The longest known beaver dam is over 800 meters long. It's located in northern Canada and was discovered by a satellite surveying the area. Damming is such an instinctual behavior for beavers that researchers have played the sound of running water on a tape player, and a captive beaver felt compelled to start piling sticks and mud on top of the tape player to try and plug the leak.
Once the water
Nick
is
was
at
talking
least
about
1
this.
meter deep, they start building their lodge. Beaver families work together and can build a lodge that's up to 6 meters wide.
Line.
Simple lodges can be built on the river.
No, she said 800 meters wide. Not 180, 800. Like, holy shit.
Riverbank. They usually get some shade from nearby and are cooler in the summer. Open water lodges are more complex and sometimes have a separate dining area. The ceiling is sealed with mud, except for a breathing hole, and in the winter, the snow insulates it. The entrance is always underwater.
I was joking about how structural engineers would be jealous of beavers. It ain't much of a joke anymore. These guys are building fucking homes complete with dining areas and nature-made insulation. And they do it in a fraction of the time that your average construction crew does. Silver, it's not hilarious, it's awesome. This is incredible.
But the living area is above the water level.
The third type of structure is the canal, which is much more rare and far less studied.
They dig these canals using the sharp claws on their front, non-webbed paws in order to connect separate ponds to shorten their commute, to get food from farther away from their lodge,
Fair,
and
Silver,
to
very
move
fair,
building
very fair.
materials between ponds.
They're like their own little underwater highways.
Beavers made for
Wait. Not only do they dam up rivers to make ponds, they will actually connect tributaries between the ponds just to make their life easier and faster to traverse between these two areas. Remember what I said about how they can change entire ecosystems and waterways? This is how they do it.
for life, and their lodges are usually home to 3 generations of beaver: the mated pair, their kits, and their yearlings. The kits are great swimmers after just 1 week, but their mom will carry them around
Indeed it is,
either on her
Atanashi.
tail or in her arms. Aww. While they can swim, at that age they're still too buoyant to dive. Double aww. Beavers are quite social animals. In order to communicate with beavers that aren't in their family group,
Indeed,
they
Rabbit.
create scent mounds at the edges of their territory. They bring mud up from the bottom of the lake or river and use their tail to pat it down around sticks. Then they mark the pile using
I always thought that was just something they did in like old cartoons. They really do this with their tails. Huh? Only I'm guessing they also piss on them too. They don't show you that in the cartoon.
using the castor oil produced by their anal glands. It can have
Okay, they
quite
shit
a
on it.
distinct sound.
Yeah,
Do that
oh. So yeah,
Great,
they
just
basically
great.
shit all over it. Which is
These mounds
that's typical.
also make it easier for the beavers
Oh, I know,
to
Revan,
slide
I know.
in and out of the water. And they're quite popular among other species too.
Oh. Jesus! Hey,
After about 2 years, the young beavers will move out of their parents' house and start looking for a partner of their own. If they're lucky, they'll find
Gray
a suitable
matter.
partner, and the courtship will begin.
So is an
Because of
attractive
their
female
amazing
beaver.
tree cutting
thick-
and building abilities. Most
I
people
know,
think they
Kaibo,
just
I'm
eat
joking
wood pulp,
around.
but their diet is far more varied than that.
They have the ability to digest wood pulp, but when available, they go for herbaceous plants, such as water lilies and cattails. Their favorite barks come from the apparently delicious aspen and poplar trees.
Oh.
This diet of wood pulp is key, as it keeps their incisors worn down. A must, as they never stop growing.
Yep.
To
This is true.
digest all that
This-
plant
This was been I do recall hearing something a while back. It was a big concern about a beaver that was, I can't remember if it was in captivity or it just like something occurred where it was not able to gain access to anything to chew on, and its teeth overgrew so much that I think they grew like into opposite sides of their mouth. if I remember correct, like basically the teeth overgrew really, really badly. And I can't remember if they grew into opposing sides of the mouth or if it grew like up over the front of the mouth and they really couldn't open their mouths really well. Open their mouth really well, and the teeth had to get filed down because they didn't have anything that they could gnaw on to file their teeth down. Like this one, again, it was like it was either one in captivity or something happened with it that it just simply didn't have access to anything to chew on. And yeah, it can be dangerous for them if they're not able to do it.
Matter, they have a cecum, a compartment in their digestive system that is full of cellulose-loving gut bacteria. These gut bacteria break down hard plant matter and turn it into more digestible compounds for the beaver. They spend the summer months collecting food for the winter and bringing it into their lodges, where the frigid winter waters preserve the nutrients in their hoard, like a refrigerator. In addition to their natural cold stores, they also build up fat reserves in their tails.
In case you're wondering, it's hard to the touch, like rough leather. Speaking of the cold, lean months, beavers have a double coat to help keep them warm in the cold North American
that makes
winters.
Sense. Probably very oily,
they have
too.
A layer of soft inner hairs and a thicker layer of long, coarse hairs on top of that, which are then covered in an oil called castoreum to waterproof them.
Okay, casserole. Okay, makes perfect sense.
Unfortunately, their fur almost cost them their life from the 1600s to the 1800s. Their fur was highly valued in Europe, where it was used to make felted fur hats. At the peak of the beaver fur trade, over 80,000 beavers a year were trapped and sent to European
hibernation. Not only hats, but I'm pretty sure beaver fur was also frequently used to make coats. Beaver fur along with mink fur and I think seal fur as well. Were all highly prized because they made really good waterproof coats. The castor oil in their fur was great for that. And yes, the sack was also it was used in perfume. We saw that on an internet story video that they would go after the castor sacks from the beavers. But there's cats.
On top of that, castoreum became commonly used in perfume and food due to their vanilla scent.
Their population crashed from 200 million to the brink of extinction. Luckily, environmental protections as well as changes in fashion styles saved them. They have since recovered to a population of about 10 to 15 million, which is still less than 10% of their original numbers.
Wait a second. Hang on.
From 200 million to the brink of extinction.
Okay. I misheard her the first time. For some reason, I thought she said 2 million.
Their return has also meant a revival of rodent engineering in America and the animals that live in beaver-made homes. Beavers literally build ecosystems.
Yeah, they do.
All of that plant chomping has a profound effect on the environment. And unfortunately, that's not always great for humans.
In some areas, their dams flood agricultural land and destroy crops. They can also knock down trees in public parks or near houses. In areas of human-beaver conflict, beavers are usually removed, especially in areas where they were introduced and have become invasive, such as Patagonia.
But to other animals, it's a crucial part of their survival, as it provides protection from
this is exactly true, Redmond.
And a constant source of food.
And we saw that.
Waterfowl, for example, do much better in beaver ponds than in rivers or larger natural ponds. Duck populations are up to 75 times larger in areas with beavers than without.
Swans and geese like to make their nest on lodges, on the safety of a stable structure far away from predators.
But most importantly, it provides homes to amphibians and fish. These beaver ponds provide safer and richer environments than deep natural ponds or shallow rivers. In some rivers in
Yeah.
Washington state, it has been found that the disappearance of beaver ponds causes a decrease in salmon populations of up to 90%. The ponds also act as protection against wildfires, stop soil erosion, and accumulate soil, which makes the area fertile for aquatic plants.
And hence the wetland,
In
the importance of the
Yellowstone,
wetlands.
the reintroduction of beavers combined with the reintroduction of wolves led to more beaver ponds being made, and a resurgence of waterfowl and fish in the park. This created a domino effect that saw a massive increase in the park's biodiversity, bringing it closer to the numbers it was once home to.
Well, translation, if you leave nature the fuck alone, it will heal itself. That's the takeaway here. It is... yes, and yes, I am a fuel rat. But yeah, I mean, Revan, yes, life finds a way. Silver, yes, nature's healing. But this is what happens when you just leave nature the hell alone. If you just leave it alone, it will recover itself. This is very clear evidence of it. And I mean, yeah, we have to do our part to protect it. But sometimes the best form of human intervention with nature is no intervention. Because how often is our intervention actually being detrimental to its health? You know, the best form of conservation is to just stay back and don't do a thing.
All of this was just a byproduct of the beaver wanting to be better at hide and seek.
Oh,
So
and
what's
Revan,
not to
yeah,
love about
absolutely.
these fuzzy engineers. They
No,
fully
Revan, it's
deserve
beautiful.
to be the symbol of Canada. Well done, little lads.
That. Oh yeah, I mean, Bronco, when everybody was inside, the air cleared up immensely during that time.
So what should we talk about next? Please let me know in the comments and be sure to subscribe for new episodes every week. Thanks for watching. See
It
ya.
is, Gaibo. It is a good channel. That was nice. That was really nice. I like that. That's a good video. It is. It is very educational, and that's why I love videos like this. I love learning about stuff like this. It's so cool.